Is that not reacting? Alright. I think everything is as is. Hey Atsuki, how's it going? I wonder if... Okay. I don't think there's any noises. I hope. So, it's self-portrait day. And it's time to do a self-portrait. So... Oh, that's awesome, Atsuki. Yeah, I will be doing my self-portrait on my warm-up today. I just need to remember to put on the timer. That being said, let's go. Okay. So I was thinking in all sorts of ways, like how was the year and so on, and I think this year was pretty. I mean, there was a lot of things happening. I was quite happy, even though there was lots of things to do, lots of progress to do. But I think this year was a pretty good year. Even though, like I said, I had a lot to do. But I was quite happy with the year that passed since last self-portrait. I really enjoy doing a portrait every year. It's fun to see like the evolution, also the evolution of my face, because like I've mentioned before, I don't really look in the mirror that often. And when I do, I'm not analyzing, like analyzing my face in that sense. Like if I look at my in the mirror, it's for like, oh, is the hair okay? Is it placed correctly in that sense, rather than like in investigating my appearance. In that, like a lot of people do when they look at themselves. So there is these one few moments of my life where I really take a look at myself visually. I do a lot of internal things, like in looking at myself in behavior, looking at myself in my way of acting and thinking, but very little in the way I look. So I always enjoy doing these portraits and seeing what the year has done to my appearance. Hey Zelin, Eric Miezis, Bruno Romanos, Miller, Eternal 80, Captain Bowles, Mila. Eternal 80. Oh, I do know. But this whole thing is so ingrained in my MO, in my behavior, that I cannot do it. It's there. I've done it millions and millions of times. I find it enjoyable. It's a part of the process to click that window open and choose the brush size. I know how to click drag the brush size.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right. Hey, dear Bart, thanks for the host.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
You
I'm
get a
going
beer.
for the high score.
It's very cool, Miller. I will try to dig it out on Instagram today when I post mine. Yeah, it's everyone should join in. This Self-Portrait Day, International Self-Portrait Day. I'm hoping that my wife will do it when she comes home. She usually does it with ink. Me personally, I switch the process up quite a bit, but usually it's always digital. I think last year I did it traditional actually, while my daughter was sleeping in my lap. I think my wife was abroad somewhere, um, doing business in another country, uh, and I drew myself from a photo of on the phone. Like I took a photo of myself. Um, that's not me. I look Asian. Mila, yeah, it's self-portrait day. Hey, good morning, Ohms. Ohms. Okay. Time to adjust the colors so they're more um, me and less Asian. Yeah, but who of you gonna join in on the Riot competition? I think it's a really good opportunity, at least to showcase yourself as an artist. If you want to at least get noticed. Um, Ohms, you might go in the Riot competition. Yeah, you should. You should. It's really good exposure. For those who don't know, I posted about it on the Discord. It's a fan art competition from Riot. You should make a skin of your choice, or reskin of one of their champions, or like a new skin, or just I think it's mostly it's like very design oriented. But I do know that they love community Riot, and I do know that they do look at what a lot of people do. Um, so either way, I think it's a great way to show what you can do, but also you remember the people joining in the competition as well, which is fun. Like I remember some artists from years ago who were in a competition I was in, and they didn't win, and I didn't win, but I still remember their art, and it's a great way to just, because you never know who's looking, because it's a big competition as well. I think there's going to be a lot of eyes on it from people who are looking to hire people and all these things, So that's why I've always been a champion of joining competitions. It's a great way for exposure, even though you don't win. Um, it's a great way to um, be noticed. ideally for all the right reasons. You know, like, oh, I really like your art. Not, oh yeah, I remember that extremely shitty entry. But none of you will have shitty entries. All you guys will, and girls in general who join in. I know you will not have shitty ideas. I think you should, It's really, really good. And I mean, it definitely goes with the current 2-week challenge. You know, make a portfolio piece. And I'm thinking of extending it. You know, so it's 2 more weeks, so that it can encompass this competition, because it's really important to work hard on something. The proportions are all off. I'm horrible with when something goes wrong and you try to fix it. This is what you get. Kuro, no. No, not at all. I've actually never heard that before. But I'm assuming you're calling me optimistic, which is good. Thanks. Or are you gonna rip it off like a band-aid? Like, no, but good that no one has told you, because you're not. And then I'll cry a little bit. I remember one self-portrait years ago. I made like lava running out of my face. That was a great year. Not at all burnt out. But by the way, Kuro, nice to see you on the stream. I'm glad that you found time to join. Finally. Finally. Dear Bard. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Morphia. Welcome. How's it going? Yeah, exactly. That's what Kuro did to me. Have anyone ever told you you're optimistic? No, actually, no. Good. Sad face. Cry. Could it go cry? No. I don't care. By the way, I will meet Miaz is here in the chat on Friday. Oh yeah. Gonna go grab a beer. Talk some shit. Gonna be fun. Children, yeah, lava Bjorn. No, not really. It was not the hottest version of me. It was the most overworked version of me. But it was a very productive year, though. But I'd say this year, all in all, it was a pretty good year, actually. From last November 1st till now, I'd say I'm happy that my daughter has done a lot of progress, even though it's more of the same. You know, she will never be normal in that sense. She will always have this disability, I guess is the word. But I'm happy that she's calmer, and which makes me calmer. And sometimes, though, you just want to scream, but you can't. And I think she has taught me also a lot this year of being calm, trying to learn to live with the fact that she will always have this disability. I also worked very hard this year of building a future, which we'll see. I won't have any fruit of that labor this year, though. But it's good. I'm looking forward to the future. It's a lot of possibilities, a lot of potential cool futures. Some obviously some client work constantly being shown. So that's one of the cool things about having time pass, is that you see some more work being released, which is always hidden in the NDA swamp. And then all of a sudden you can look back at the year of productivity as well, seeing it being announced and so on. And this year was some pretty cool things being shown in public that we had a hand in at work. So always fun. And more to come, obviously. Kuru, yeah. I'm gonna have to redo my website because it's so outdated. So I'm gonna try to completely redo everything. So my personal website is not gonna be. It's gonna be more like a traditional portfolio that's not gonna be updated very often. But it's going to be like a massive archive rather than what it's currently is more like a blog, and that is useless to me because it gives off the wrong thing, because I don't have a portfolio site that's purely like super presented and writing all the information that needs to be there and showing all the scope that I've actually done. Because now it's most likely just you can scroll and kind of, oh, nice art, but you don't get the whole picture of the amount of things I've done in my career, you know. So it's a little bit, I'm underselling myself a little bit. So what I want to do is you know, give everything a proper PR spin, stuff like that. Sounds silly, but it is important. Something is off in the proportions. Not gonna have time to fix it that much, but Kuru, by the way, all the work I am allowed to post, I try to post on my portfolio website, but I haven't done that in a while in general. Well, for one of the reasons is because we haven't really had a lot of, or I haven't had a lot of things being shown Of course, there has always been some, but I've been too busy to kind of properly update everything. So I'm hoping that that's gonna change soonish. But we'll see. We'll see. I wanna, on my new website, I want like a news section so that I can make like articles rather than, because I want to separate. On my current website, if you go to it, there's just everything is mixed like a sketchbook, and I'm losing some of that impact and presentation, and it's not the best it could be. So that's something I want to change. I want to make sure that I go over everything and make everything look all nice and shiny. And I think every one of you, all of you, should do that as well. Like the discussion about owning your own website. Take the time to present it correctly. I'm like I said, like my current website is not showcasing at all what I think people should have. So that's one thing I want to change. I want to change so that I'm actually doing the same thing I'm recommending. And I do, because I'm recommending it, I'm looking at my own website for years now and just going like, if I only had time to fix it. But I think I've had it so bad for so many years now, it's the fact that I have to change it. So that's something I'm going to try to focus on at the same time as I'm working on some of my personal projects. Because I have done massive amount of animations, like 2D animations that are nowhere on internet, for example. My own art direction on a lot of projects, my own personal projects and so on, which is nowhere to be found on internet unless you're me and you know where to look. And that's counterproductive to what the potential benefits of that could be. Like, of course, you want to showcase your stuff in the best possible way. Azialin, possibly. Oh, Jacob Mobley, you should go back to the YouTube archive and check in the last 5 episodes, I think. And I put on note underneath the video about rants. I always have a topic, and one of them is about portfolio, owning a website. Definitely, Kuro. But there's also good to have some sort of face publicly, It's like I gotta fix my website for that very reason. Like I don't think it's a fair representation of all the things I do and all the things I can do. For whoever is looking at my art. If someone who doesn't know me stumbles onto my website, whatever they're seeing is not going to be a fair representation of who I am as an artist, right? And not only by, like, say, having bragging rights or whatever. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of being able to show yourself in the correct light. That's one thing I'm going to try to do when I when I redo my website is that always gonna have to try to remember is if someone, whoever is looking at my website, I always have to remember that they don't, as in like the person looking shouldn't, you should design the website that they don't, that they don't know your art at all, right? So how do you showcase you to a complete stranger, and what image do they get from visiting that website and then, you know, going back to Facebook or whatever? What is the impact that you leave on them? What's the impression, you know? So that's something I want to try to figure out is like, okay, so I have to obviously show information about me, who I am, what I do, but also what I have done in the sense of accomplishments, prints, the scope of what I know how to do or what I've done or what I've contributed to, all these things, you know. If I know all these things, right? But a complete stranger going to my website won't get that understanding at all. And I think that's one really important thing about having your own portfolio is that you can do just that, because it's the same thing going to ArtStation, right? They don't understand. There's nowhere you can do all that. It's just a wall of art, your own art, right? And you know, what's that saying? Fair shake. Uh, there, Bard. Yeah, for sure. We're over with time. Oh, we're only 4 minutes left. Okay. Oh no, last year's self-portrait was on the warm-up as well. I did like a black and white one. Now I remember. The year before that was the traditional media pencil. I'm looking at the stream window and my lip looks like I've been in a boxing match. It just looks like minced meat. It doesn't look like me at all, but it's okay. It's the thought that counts. Maybe it's the internal vision of me this year. Oh yeah, Kuru. Definitely. I see the stream also is very, very washed out. It doesn't at all kind of, well, it does a little bit look the same, but not a lot. I'm still happy with this painting though, even though it doesn't really, really look like me. It's good fun. I think it's because I had issues with proportions. Still have. That it didn't come off correctly. Let's flip it. Oh, let's not flip it. This is gonna be shit. Ah, it's not too bad. I'm kind of happy with it. Need some more bags under the eyes though. Those long nights. You see, this is a happy year self-portrait. It's a completely fine self-portrait. This year is a good year. Happy year. All right, I'm calling it. Kuru, no, it's gonna be like this. Yeah, I think, like you say, I think the problem is probably that I need to like do more like that. So it's a little bit more squashed, a little bit squarer head. Yeah, I gotta. Nose is probably too big. Let's do some quick liquify. Well, I think something more like that, and less like that. Where is that? Higher head. Something more like that, even though it's really not me. A little bit better, I guess. Kuru, yeah, it's the cheater's way of not having to do proper foundation work. It's like, screw it, I don't need to measure. Just I can cheat my way at the end. It's so funny, like you just look back at this and go, oh, here's a mistake. Oh, there's a mistake. Oh, there's a mistake. But I can't touch it anymore. All right, thanks everyone for joining. Have a fantastic day. Do make sure you do self-portrait. It's good stuff. Good practice. Okay, see you guys tomorrow morning. Here comes the outro for once. What?